Alrighty then, what's up guys? It's Over His Game. We're back with another live stream, and we are back with another one, and a pretty big one. Alrighty, so how we doing? Let's see here, share it out real quick. What's good? Quickly sharing this real quick here. I also got you to get your channel in the description. Apologize for starting just a smidge later. Boy, I had a harder time getting up. Pretty much. Subscriber only mode would be great. Good to call whenever. Awesome. Well, I don't know. Do you want to be on while I react to the Dead City Season 2 trailer, or? More crazy I waited until the last week, but yes, that's what happens. Kept trying to squeeze it in, but then it didn't happen. Pull it up here. Yeah, I found it. Damn, almost 6 million. Sure, would love to. Alright. I gotta add your channel on there too. What, bitch? Are you kidding me? I did not. Come on, seriously. Stupid device. Really? On. stupid device trying to connect with my PS5. Jesus Christ. I literally had it all pulled up, and then you decide to freaking be a bitch. Ridiculous. Alright. Oh, yeah. Just gonna get your channel real quick here. It's great now, Dan. Now when you pop up your channel now, it's not that other channel doesn't pop up on the top now. It's just you. It used to be that one guy that only had like 30K or something. That would pop up first. But then you'd be like the second or third down. It was really weird. Bro, why is this? Come on. W's on that. Alright, so now his channel's in the descriptions. Definitely do show love to my man Dan. Views. Got Chinese for my birthday. Oh, are you freaking kidding me, bro? Seriously? How retarded are you? I'm gonna beat the frick out of you, I'm telling you what. This device! Quit connecting to the PS5! Jesus Christ. Damn, man. Why does it have to keep doing this? This is ridiculous. I don't want you connecting to it, so stop. For frick's sakes. Damn, man. Holy crap on me. My iPhone's being retarded as hell. I don't want you connecting to it. Do it on this by it's easily, just as easily. I don't need your stupid help. So be in the video now. The only thing I hope for is that hopefully you're loud enough. That's Alrighty, what's up?
What's good, bro?
Not too shabby.
Alright.
Took me a hot minute to wake up.
I'm looking back, man. The last time we did this was like 7 months ago.
Yeah, it's been some time.
Yeah, that's insane.
Been some time.
There we go. I should share your stream out to my server here. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, see if you guys can hear him by chance. If I might need to use my speaker or not to increase the volume, because I don't know how good the phone volume is for that. Be real with you. So I'm not 100% sure on that, so we're gonna kind of find out here. It's crazy that this trailer's been out for a month and I have not reacted to it. I've seen freaking one. I see one damn clip, man. They released this shit and I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's a great trailer. Yeah, no, it's it's kind of good though in a way because you're gonna react to it a few days before. So
yeah, so I guess that adds to that.
Man, oh man.
And of course, they had a bunch of TVs. Now, I did see one clip. It was the bear. I did see that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny, man? Like, I hear a lot of people saying, like, oh, that's gonna be, like, stupid. I'm like, well, you gotta watch it first. Like, I mean, it could be good.
I mean, I'm not. It could be interesting. I'm not gonna.
It's definitely like it's a risk. Although I will admit, like, the one thing that's interesting to me is that we're doing a. It looks like it's an infected bear. Like, it's actually like gonna be turned.
Now that would be interesting.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, so this actually spreads to animals now. That's actually pretty insane.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be crazy. That would be very crazy.
Oh, man.
Let's see here.
They're just.
All right, I got one of my Walking Dead T-shirts on. I got the Spike Zombie.
Hell yeah.
I have to put my Dead City one on when I react to Dead City.
Bro, I miss those supply
What's up,
drop
baby?
boxes. Those things were so good. Like, I think they stopped making them now, unfortunately.
You know what's crazy? I got the latest one, and I still haven't opened it yet. That's the crazy part.
Oh, damn. That's, I mean, in a way, they're not over for you yet, so.
No, so I got one more. So maybe this week before Dead City, since Dead City Season 2 is returning this week, maybe I can quickly do a stream on that and open
That'd be
it.
fire.
Because I'm definitely curious on what it all entails. What's up, bud?
Absolutely.
David Love Rob, how you doing? Been here before. From the Swansea, Wales, UK, 25, nice. What have you been up to? Keep up the good work and plays for this week. If you're meaning for content, oh yes, quite a bit.
Always a bunch of content going on.
Always, yeah, a lot. Frank, trying to scram it in a tight schedule.
Oh, dude, honestly, the biggest thing that I was blown away with is I remember you just reacted to the mid-season finale of season 2 World Got Mad. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I later find out that you were cramming that in at the last minute. I was like, nah, that's dedication right there. Okay.
I tell you what, that's why I was like freaking running around because I really was pushing that shit close.
I'll say this though, it shows your love and dedication to it. I do love that. That's great.
Well, I was tired. I kept getting sick of pushing it off. I was trying to, I was just trying to get it in there and be like, hey, react to it. So,
Absolutely.
just relaxing. I'm going out to take care of. Okay, well, I appreciate you stopping by and asking. Appreciate that. How you guys hearing Dan, by the way? Let me know.
Hopefully everybody can hear me good.
Let me know. If I gotta use the big speaker, I will. Want him to be able to hear him good.
Oh yeah.
So Mr. Heisenberg's not able to join us on this one, but because he's at work at the moment. But it's I didn't want to wait off for my man Dan.
Absolutely. I was trying to find a good day to do this, and then I was like, okay, well today is low-key perfect, so I was like, all right, let's see what we can do.
Right, and I'm trying to squeeze him in, since the gap is such a big gap, trying to squeeze it in as much as we can, whether he's able to join or not, so maybe you could try to join next time.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I love chilling with that guy. He's got great conversations going on with me every time.
Oh, yeah.
So much to talk about.
Oh yeah, he loves having discussions, especially. I know he's definitely getting burned out on Walking Dead. I know that for a fact. He's made that kind of clear.
It's funny. I am, but at the same time, I'm so loyal to where I'm here. I'm here when it's on. I'll gladly watch it.
Right. I'm not really too burned out, honestly. I mean, Dead City Season 2 looks really exciting. So, honestly, it kind of excites me back up again.
Definitely.
I'll be real with you. It'll be a while before I get like where I really start to be burnt out. Honestly, I'll be real with you with Fear that was burning me out. I'm not gonna lie. That show
Man, like,
was burning me.
Nah, that's terrible. That show was so bad.
That show, if anything, that show was just, it was just making me be like, I don't know if I want to keep going anymore. You know, it really was, because I wasn't caring about anybody at that point. Like,
oh yeah.
Like
Honestly,
Dwight and Sherry.
If there was a ninth season, dude, genuinely, I don't know if I would have watched it.
I don't know, man. I probably would have had to do a poll on my channel and be like, should I even watch this? You know, I just Morgan and Dwight and Sherry were the reasons why I stuck to it so hard as I did. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, they're starting to frig them up too, man. They were starting to go downhill too.
Somewhat. I don't. You know. Let's see. The one episode with the Savior.
Oh, the Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Yeah, that episode. That was just not that good.
It was literally just them arguing, like, they couldn't even get the set design right. Like, it didn't even look fully accurate and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, man, they were getting lazy.
It was just, yeah, that was mid. And what really ruined it was that girl, that chick, which I don't remember her name because that's how forgettable she is.
Oh, Dove? Oh, that character, man, I can't stand her.
Yeah, that Dove character killed it for me, honestly. If she wasn't in the episode, I don't think it would have been as bad, but...
No, definitely not. I'll say this, though. That's why, like, here's the thing. I am definitely burned out on Walking Dead just for the simple reason I just can't tell where any of this is even going anymore. Although I will say, like, Dead City, though, on its own, like, on it as its individual series, like,
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it up to this point. So I'm gonna continue to enjoy it until I guess they give me a reason not to, or maybe they'll give me a reason to enjoy it even more.
Right. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's you know, this looks like a very exciting season. And season 3 of Daryl Dixon, I am excited for on its own. However, I'm hoping that it is better than season 2.
Same.
I'll be real.
Here's what I kind of like. I look at the spinoffs this way. Like I'm trying to almost take my mindset of like, oh, where's this going type of thing out of it, and like I'm trying to watch them for just what they are, like kind of just see what it is. Although I will say, even me doing that with Daryl Dixon, season 2, man, season 2 really it disappointed me in comparison to season 1. Like I was
definitely
surprised.
100%. You know, and I love my man Norman, so like I never get bored of my man. Like
Seriously.
I play Death Stranding. I love him as the Sam character. I mean, he's legit badass.
He's an incredible actor. Like everything he's in is like he's always giving it 150%. That's why I'll always watch the Daryl series because I'm just like, okay, like you know, I can always support at least that the guy is loyal to the character for this long. That's not something you see very often.
No, he definitely is giving AMC money symbols though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, he's the main dude. Like when you think of AMC, it's like who's our main actors? And that's the first one that comes up.
Oh yeah. I bet your ass 100%. They went to him and they're like, "Are you in it till the end?" And he freaking turned around and was like, "Hell yeah!"
I remember he said he's like, I could play Daryl till I'm 70. I'm like, you know, honestly, with the way Gimple's been talking lately, I feel like you may get your chance.
Right, you may do that. Which honestly, at this point, I see my man going to the end. Which, hey, I mean, I'm fine with it, but at least make it work. You know what I mean? Like, don't go too crazy to the point where it's like not believable.
Like, I don't want to see Daryl in space. I guess that's the best way.
Yeah, that's too far. That's too far. I'll be like, what in the world are we doing?
Because I did hear, like, and again, this is just rumored information. It's not confirmed information or anything, but I've heard rumors that, like, he's going to be going to, like, all these other places, like, apparently, like, I think Africa at one point. I'm like, oh, man, that's, like, look, the show on its own, I'm sure it'll be a fun adventure, but when I look at the grand story, I'm like, man, I do want him to get back soon, though. What the heck?
Yeah, for real. You know, I mean, if they do stick to the 4-season rule of thumb, and
That's fine.
and then he comes back per se, I mean that seems reasonable to me.
Agreed.
I mean, if
Because that'd be
he
2026. Like, that's pretty good.
right, I mean, I'm all down for him like going to different places. I mean, I'm all down for that. It definitely makes it more interesting. I won't cap, but at the same time, it's like, we do got some reunions that we need to kind of address, and if you're gonna do those at some point.
In a weird way, I wouldn't be upset, low-key, if, like, let's say you find out down the line that there's a season where Rick goes to look for him, and, like, Rick meets up with Daryl in one of these seasons. I'd be like, you know what, honestly, at that point, I'm alright with him going on a bit longer with his show, because I'd be like, okay, you know what, we got the reunion that I've been waiting to see, because, I mean, this guy, he's been busting his ass for, like, almost 10 years trying to find his best friend, like,
For real. For real. For real. Now, Carol not saying, like it was Rick, on the telephone, I think, you know what, this is what I'm blaming that motherfricker. I'm blaming that kid. All right, what's his name?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm blaming Laurent. I'm blaming him because I think she looked at that and was just like, man, he's really attached to this Laurent kid, to the point where she's like, you know what, I'm not going to tell him because if I tell him, then he's going to ditch the kid.
Man, like
I think that's the vibe I'm getting out of it. I think that's the vibe I'm getting out of it, is that she sees that connection with those characters, and she's like, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
If I hear like a reveal, let's say in like season 3 or 4 even or something, and she just looks at him and she's just like, yeah, Daryl, I didn't want to tell you, but like Rick is back. I didn't want to tell you. Like, honestly, I give Daryl full permission to be like, just yell at her at that point. Be like, what?
Right. For real. They're seriously just trying to just drag it on, and it's just like, all right.
I don't know
like, come on.
I think it would have been nicer to season 2 if they did 2 things. If they kept Isabel alive, because I do believe they should have kept her alive. Like,
she was an awesome character.
Alive.
She was.
Yeah.
I
felt like there
irritated.
was more there.
I got irritated on her death. I really did. If she went out more like a badass and maybe more towards the end of the season, I think I would have digged it more. But
Same.
I just thought it was just kind of like, wow. That was kind of a shit way.
To me, it's those 2 things. Her death, and then, genuinely though, I don't know about you, I think it would have been great if Carol tells him, and you just see that look on his face of, like, knowing he's alive. And, yeah, you don't get the reunion right away, but I would at least like to know that, like, Daryl knows he's alive, and that he's out there, and he's waiting for him. And then, I don't think I'd be so impatient. I'd be like, alright, we can do a few more seasons of this.
Right. And I'd say that's the only thing that gets me excited for season 3 is only because, and season 2 excited me because awesome, you're bringing Carol back on. But it didn't excite me as much, only because it was like, well, I kind of, I don't want to say get the sense of how it's kind of be in some aspects, because I know it's going to focus on her trying to get there a lot,
Oh, it did too, yeah.
It did.
You remember that whole episode in Greenland that they did? I was like,
yeah.
Oh man, what the heck?
And so I think, and then it being in the same location did not really excite me as much. Like, I was excited for the reunion part of it, but I was not really excited for, like, the season as a whole, per se, because, again, you were following the same characters, and you're following the same enemies, and things like that, so you're just going back to it again. So my excitement wasn't as high, per se. There was a few things I was looking for, like, the reunion between Carol and Daryl. That one was Nice to see. Uh, and then Laurent, or not Laurent, sorry, Isabel and Daryl's relationship. Those are kind of two things I was more looking forward.
Agreed.
And then obviously, then you killing the enemy, of course. Those are the kind of the big main things that I was excited to see. But other than that, I mean, that was really it. The season as a whole, I was kind of like, it's great that it's back, but I'm not, as
No, I agree.
it's just because the scenery is the same and everything else is, there's nothing really new, exciting to it. And when I look at season 3, now it gives me that, okay, totally different area. Yeah, totally different area. He's riding a horse. That adds a way different twist to it. Like you said, that kind of adds some Red Dead vibes in some aspects.
Yeah, like Red Dead Daryl.
which is kind of cool. I won't cap.
Yeah, so I like the look of it. It looks cool.
It just looks very exciting, and you already kind of get an idea of the villain in a sense from that one scene there, which I thought looked pretty cool. And you get some interesting characters.
Almost like that guy, that villain that you're talking about. He almost looks like the governor from the comics. Like he looks very close to him.
Right.
I don't know why.
That's funny. That's honestly funny. Wonderful comparison. Wonderful comparison.
Honestly, though, I'll actually
But,
say this, though.
genuinely,
season 2, I didn't hate it or anything.
No.
I just felt like it was a step down from 1.
Right. I'm still giving it an 8 because, like I said, I enjoyed it majority. You just had big things that were frustrating.
Agreed.
That
And,
really
in
just
particular,
kind of killed.
Isabel.
Yeah. So I'm hoping season 3 kind of turns it around and kind of brings it more back to a better story. And that's what I'm being hopeful on that. I'm giving, because the first season was good, so you get a Debbie Downer season. So now it's kind of like third time's a charm. Like, do you bring it back into a better, hopefully you write into a better story, where it's not just, you ditching
That'd be nice.
certain characters, etc. Like we don't have to kill good characters, all right? Like
No.
just because Darrow has the plot armor here, evidently, because money symbols, it doesn't mean that a character like Isabel, for instance, didn't need to have that either.
You know what's funny? I genuinely think that, and I mean, like, season 3 looks good, but imagine how more badass it'd be if you see Daryl, you see Carol, you see Isabel, Coach
Right.
doesn't leave like an idiot, like, you get, like, a bunch of that, like, all that stuff, like, you get a big crew going into this season, and then you add on a few other cast members. I
Hell
think
yeah.
that'd be pretty cool. That'd be awesome.
That would be that would be a lot more exciting for real. And of course he gets a lover and she gets killed. What are the odds?
Yeah, like, that I didn't like either, because I was like, man, like, it's funny. I actually liked the scene where he kisses her. I was like, oh, that's different for Daryl. That's pretty cool. But then you kill her, and then it's like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
That threw me a curve right there. That did. I got excited. That part I was like, well, I'll be damned. My man finally gets a lover.
Like, it's unique. It's different. I was like, you know what? Like, this Daryl spinoff, man, that might be. That's pretty cool. We're doing things with Daryl that is unlike him, like in a good way though. But then you take it away 2 episodes later, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, why did we even do that?
Right, for real. Like what a Debbie Downer. I couldn't believe it. It just and the way she goes out too was just very disappointing.
It's funny. You talk about the reunion too, right? It's like, oh man, it's funny. The reunion is incredible with Daryl and Carol. Like, I love that scene.
Yeah,
and
that
then
reunion
you
was
go
nice.
right to her death. I was like, what?
Right. Yeah, what a way to turn it around. Oh yeah, fuck you.
I know. I'm like, man, like I was happy for a minute there. Shoot.
Crazy. Shit. Now you're putting me back to Kanye now.
Commonwealth and stuff. Because here's the thing.
That would have been
This might
interesting.
this might be a hot take. Now that she's gone, I'm not as interested in Laurent. I'm almost like, okay, I mean, you can do whatever you want with him. Like, I don't know.
For real. For real. I mean, it's just okay at this point. It's not, it's not anything huge at this point. He's just kind of.
I do think Ash is cool though. Ash is a cool dude.
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind Ash. Ash is a good character. We'll see how long he lasts.
Sure, they just killed him in 301.
I hope he lasts a little bit longer. My goodness, he got a little bit close there, a couple of those times.
You know what I'm really curious on though, man? Honestly, genuinely, is like I wonder how they're gonna do it to a point where it's like, because you're gonna get Dead City this year, you're gonna get that here this weekend, and then you have Daryl this fall. So I'm like, man, like I am curious because I've heard rumors of new spinoffs. I'm like, I wonder if 2026 we're gonna go back to 3 shows. I feel like we might, honestly.
Possibility. Yeah, and then Gibble going past 2040.
Oh God! I mean, you saw my video on it, bro. I was like, look, I admire his ambition, but what the heck?
Now, here's the more interesting part, right? Movie Idol finally covered that video, or finally covered that topic, and I jumped right to that specific topic because I wanted to hear his take on this and stuff like that, and he did not. He was calm and be like, hell yeah. I mean, I was like, what? I was like, what? I'm like, oh Lord.
You know what's funny? 2040, like, here's the thing. I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but at least with our main characters like Rick and Daryl and Negan, I mean, I don't know, man. That's really crazy.
His calmness and be like, oh yeah, we could definitely do that and this and that and even beyond, and I'm like, like, okay,
so
so
maybe you could with Judith, but here's the important thing here, right? It's like it doesn't even matter Gimple's plans. Are people gonna watch it? Like obviously people like us probably will, but it's like we're diehard fans. Like I'm more so thinking the people that like just kind of casually watch it, will the ratings be high enough by 2040?
Yeah, for real. The only thing I'll give him is his take was not a bad take, I will say. He said, not the main characters is what he stated. And when he said that, I was like, okay, all right. So he is thinking logically here. Not the main characters. He is thinking new characters that you start a new series with, whether that's a new spinoff or new direction. Not continuing on with Dead City and Daryl Dixon and which I was 100. Which when he was talking about that, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, that's where I can believe your take a lot more.
I mean, here's the tough thing. Like, imagine if you were right, like you didn't know anything about The Walking Dead, and you were telling, let's say, your friend about it, and they're like, I want to watch Walking Dead, like, but it's like I don't know how to watch it. There's so much of it. I'd be like, okay, like you can watch 11 seasons. All by the way, then in between that, you gotta watch Fear the Walking Dead, and then during season 10, you gotta watch The World Beyond, and then at some point, you gotta watch Tales of the Walking Dead. Oh, and then by the way, when you're done season 11, you gotta watch The Ones Who Live. Oh, by the way, after that, you also gotta watch Daryl Dixon, and then when you're done all that, you gotta watch Dead City. I'd be scared off, man. I'd be like, holy crap.
Right. Yeah, for real. A lot to kind of digest. I won't lie about that.
I said this from the beginning, though. The Ones Who Live, that right there, to me, that was their shot at doing, like, a big sequel where you bring these shows in together, and that serves as, like, the big final Walking Dead thing. Like, that show goes on for a few seasons. You bring all the stories together, and you do the thing that you've been building up to. And Rick is the one that concludes all the Walking Dead stories, which I think would have made sense.
Oh, definitely. I fully agree with that, actually. 100%. Okay, quickly getting the pinned message there. There you guys go. I almost forgot about that a little bit.
Oh, yeah, like don't have that pin message that I tried to pin like that time and it wouldn't even
Yeah,
do anything.
it's they're evidently I guess they're picky on those words now. Apparently, they weren't in the few couple days I did it, but
I guess they don't like that certain word. You know, I won't even say it on stream, Loki. In case they're like, hey, don't say that.
right, yeah. I don't really have any issues when I do actual streams with that. It's just I guess in the chat, I guess they're just not liking the way it's. Maybe they're not liking the way it's worded or whatever.
Maybe it's because it's membership, so then it's almost like maybe they're not as strict on that. Maybe I don't know.
Hard to say.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
As the title, they don't have a problem with it, but the messages, yeah, whatever. Like I said, I blame Mr. Heisenberg for coming up with that idea. I didn't have any issues with the pin message until you brought up that idea. Then I have issues. Good job. Thanks a lot. Make it more complicated.
Oh, man.
Now I had to sit there and kind of, shorten the words to make it work. So hopefully you get the idea. Hopefully you look at it.
What was it? I was watching a stream the other day. It was one of your old ones. I remember it was, well, not old ones, but I remember it was your The Ones Who Live reaction. I remember I see Mr. Eisenberg. I think it was after episode 5. And I remember, he was pissed. I remember I see him walking around and stuff. I was like, yeah, I can definitely tell he has Walking Dead burnout. I can definitely see it.
Oh yeah, those and Ones Who Live, that really blew off with views on those. Everybody wanted to see our reactions.
The cool thing is about those reactions too is I noticed those ones did really good too. Those ones did great.
Especially the finale of the main show too. That one did very good. Actually, I think it got over 1,000 or 2,000. I think. It did very good, which I kind of had an idea that it would. I kind of thought it might have because of interest. And then of course we watched The Talking Dead after, which was also pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course a funny moment in that one stream. So, if you know, you know.
Yeah, seriously.
So, won't say it here.
I gotta say, I'm serious. No, I'll say this though. I am curious to see what you think about this Dead City trailer, the full trailer. The trailer is, it's very good.
Right, I do have it on right here, ready to play. Like I said, I seen one clip, and that was from you, Dan. when you're doing a video, you showed the bear.
That's right. I remember that now. I remember I was talking about it, and I put it in the video.
And I was like, well, okay, that was one scene. God damn it. All right. Well, forget. That's only one part. All right, I'll let it go.
I remember I saw I saw you watching my videos, and I was just like, man, I include trailer stuff in these videos. I was like, oh man, I hope he's seen it. And then I was like, oh shit, he hasn't. What the frick?
No, I you know what? I actually stopped watching your Dead City videos. I did. For that specific reason, because they had more teasers, they had more screenshots, things like that. So I just said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a break from his Dead City trailer to videos. I'm gonna quickly watch the trailer first, and then catch up.
I'm sure you can see, I try to keep up with basically every little teaser.
Oh yeah.
So.
100%. And I apologize for the long wait on the trail. I know they freaking released it a month ago, and here I am. I'm like, whatever.
I will say this though. On a positive, two things is that for one thing, you're watching it right before, so the hype will kind of build, and then second off, the trailer blew up in views, as I'm sure you can tell, which is good for them.
Yes, just under 6 million, as I'm seeing it here, which is crazy. I'm actually impressed that it hasn't much. Actually. 52,000 from 6 mil, so that's actually impressive.
That's insane.
That is crazy. I won't mind that. So this season 2 could actually get pretty good ratings. I think could see a boost of interest.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of hype going around that trailer when it came out. So yeah, it very well could.
So that's good that you're getting those numbers again. So I mean, could be.
Maybe there's a bright future. Maybe we can go on to 2040.
I mean, hey, I'm all for it. I think going to new characters, like for instance that Australia one that I'm hearing about. My interest is pretty high for that one. I won't lie, because I am curious like how that's going to come out. Because if you make the characters very good, you can go quite a long distance with that show, for sure. And you might actually get interest people back into the universe again if you do it good.
I mean, you know what I think genuinely is like, if you did, let's say, a show with really gripping characters, obviously keep in mind, and they'd be all new characters, and genuinely, I do think, imagine if you had like these crazy fast zombies, like these zombies that like you cannot avoid them, like you have to face them, and make it feel like a zombie movie type of thing. If you did something like that, I genuinely do think you'd have something.
For real. Yeah, that would be actually kind of crazy, and that's exactly why I'm interested in that spinoff, because you could be in a fear situation where you could, when it first started off, where you had a decent follower base for the show, and you had some pretty solid numbers for a while there, until you pulled the Ian and Andrew move.
You killed yourself.
You do the reverse card effect. But with this show, you could turn that around, and it's great that you're getting these kind of views, like almost 6 million views for Dead City Season 2, because that could give you some sort of hope that, well, maybe this Australian spinoff could possibly have a chance in terms of creating interest. When you're still getting numbers like this, that could be a good thing.
Oh yeah.
You could get similar numbers for that trailer, for that teaser, or whatever you start off with first, for that show, where people be like, okay, I might actually check this out because this is brand new. This is not, it's in the same universe, but it's its own thing, like Fear kind of is doing, did when it first started.
Yeah, they had something good, and then they let it go, unfortunately.
So hopefully it'd be that, I don't want to say that Fear 2.0 try, but essentially that's what it would be, except it's in a totally different location entirely. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, Fear was a show that, it's funny, they had a great premise, I do think, like showing the apocalypse while Rick was in the coma. You show that perspective of other people, and the characters were good at the beginning too. I mean, later on they turned into frickin' we need to build the tower, and then it just
it just fell off the edge, honestly. And stupid ass Anton, and yeah. I can't stand him. I'm telling you what, he should not be alive. All right. You put me in the show, I would have killed him off instantly. I had no hesitation.
No, seriously. I you know what I do?
I would have done the Rick badass
move. They would
move.
have kept him alive. I feel like they would have brought him to like season 10 if the show continued.
I would have done the Rick badass move. Give me the gun, bam, right in the head. All right, there you go. Problem solved.
Seriously, and then be like, oh well, wait a minute. What about his family? They can live without him.
Right. I mean, I'm sorry, but that asshole does not deserve to live in a nice. Situation like they basically gave him a happy ending, and he doesn't even deserve it.
I genuinely do say this though. He is, and it is the sad thing about Strand's character. I genuinely love the actor. Coleman is fantastic. It's the writing.
He's a great actor, but he made me hate his damn character. Like, I tell you what.
Like, I've seen Coleman in a lot of different shows, and like,
oh yeah,
actually, I'll vouch for him. He's great. It's the friggin' writing.
And I'll definitely support the actor. I mean, you know, if he's in some other content as a character on that movie or whatever he's per se doing, you know, depending on the interest of the show and everything like that. If it looks interesting, catches my interest, then yeah, I might definitely check it out, and you know, and stuff like that. Because I do agree, he is a good actor, 100%.
Now, you want to talk about a bad actor? Anybody from Padre, anybody Crane or Schleich? I can't defend that.
Oh Jesus Christ! That was ridiculous. You know what? It's sad to say season 8 is the worst season out of Fear, followed by a close season 7.
You know, it's actually funny. Honestly, take your pick on my end. I mean, honestly, they're both just, oh my god.
I said season 7 was worse, but honestly, it just, you had some really shitty episodes that just irritated the hell out of me. I was like, nah, it's worse.
I am grateful that Walking Dead has at least moved past that quality in the last year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and Ian and Andrew freaking being like, oh, no, we gotta go on for 11 seasons at least, maybe more. I'm like, hell no.
Your ratings will plummet before that happens.
Like, they did not get the concept at all. And that's honestly why I just didn't want to keep on going with the show. Honestly, I had it hard because they were only doing it for ratings. That was it.
Man, you know, one thing I'll say though, low-key, is that with The Walking Dead, especially like Daryl Dixon and Dead City, in particular Daryl Dixon, because Dead City I've actually been quite nice to so far. I like a lot of what that show's doing. Yeah. Although, yeah, Daryl Dixon's made some faults and some mistakes in season 2. Yeah. But my goodness, when you look at that and then you look at what we had like a year and a half ago, I'm like, no, these are like bona fide like masterpieces still.
You're right, for real. And that's kind of the thing where it's like I'm more like, I'm all right with it type thing, because it's like you're not giving me fear quality, you know. Of course, not Mr. Jerry Takes over there saying that's fear quality. I'm like, nah, brother. What lens are you watching it out of?
I'm sorry, man, but season 2 is not fear tier. It is not.
No, the plane part did not give me fear vibes. It did not give me fear vibes. I was actually okay with the. I was actually okay.
I won't deny it, but still, man.
I was okay with the plane scene. I did not have, you know, I thought you did an alright job to what you could do without that, you know. You made it seem more believable by going to Greenland and then making a stop and then continuing after. And that felt a lot more believable, you know, that you would make that distance.
Yeah. It felt more believable. I mean, do you remember when Fear had a plane and they didn't explain how they got the plane? They just crashed and then they don't explain to you how they got the thing.
Right. That it's like, no. Oh, and then pretty much everybody survives except one person gets injured. I'm like, bruh.
What if Luciana died in that plane, honestly? That would have been better.
It just was like, what in the world? You know, like,
yeah, Daryl didn't do that. The only part I found was weird. It's like the only thing I can criticize about it. I did find it weird that it's like you got the friggin' propeller that gets like ran over by zombies, and then they somehow still perfectly fly. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll try to get my mind out of that and just try to get past that. And once I did, I was like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I you know, and it's not to hate on you, Jerry Tates, not at all. Because there's a lot of things where, like with Last of Us, like I think, you know, there's a lot of takes that you have that I agree with. You know, I've seen I think it was episode 1 or episode 2, was one of them that I watched, and I was like, yeah, I agree with that 100%. So I was like, I'm on board. I just think it's I think it's a hit or miss for you. Your season 2, I couldn't even watch your season 2 review because you said episode 5 was like the best episode or something like that, or finally it's good, and I'm like, what? I find that crazy to think that episode 5 of season 2 is good. Like that was an alright episode, but it wasn't. I thought episode 6 was better.
Well, because actually like it progressed the story, and we actually did things, like we actually moved. So yeah, no.
All right. I mean, to say that it was not good, it's like, okay, I'm all right. It's very minority take there, but all right.
Tell you, the episode of that season of Daryl that annoyed me is episode 4. 4, I can actually, like, I'll say that one, I understand the hate that one gets. I don't think it's all bad, but I definitely see a lot of the complaints.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So, yeah, so I kind of toned back from his reviews on, at least with Walking Dead, because it's been a little irritating to watch.
I remember, like, he even said, he was just like, oh, man, like, Dead City looks bad already. And I'm just like, good dude, you gotta watch it still. What the heck?
Oh, he's definitely gonna watch it, 100%. I know him. He's gonna watch it. I just, when I saw that thumbnail and he said it looks cringe, I'm like, huh? That just kind of threw me a curveball. Like, how the hell does it look cringe?
No, there's things in this franchise that have looked cringe. That is not one of them.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like this looks
like
exciting. This looks like the more exciting out of what we have going on right now. And I'm more excited for this right now than Daryl Dixon, 100%.
Definitely.
You know, because Badass Negan, I'm sorry, he's entertaining as shit, and I need that back on my screen.
Oh, and I'll just say that I won't even mention it, Loki. The trailer will give you a few cool things seeing from him this season. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up from him.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, might as well react to it right now then, while we on it.
We can talk about it.
Heck yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, nice. Got a classic song. always pick good songs, I tell you what.
Seriously.
Why do you want to bring back Manhattan? We've lost too much.
Ooh, she's kind of teaming up with
to go back there.
What's his name?
I hear this island's got no law. Question is, are you going to keep it that way?
Yeah, for real.
You don't know what they're doing to me, kid.
Ooh.
New day, new beginning.
We can bring the city back.
You see, power equals power. So if you ain't with us, I guess you're in for a bit of a shock.
It's a gentrification what do you expect?
Ooh, that character looks interesting.
Mainlander. Set foot in this island.
Fire!
Love the scenery.
You came out here to help me, right? That's what I need you to do.
You came back.
Oh.
The show's about to start. We got work to do.
This new world, we're going to have to protect it. We get to move.
I'll tell you what, the scenery is looking really good.
It looks great,
Oh yeah, there's the bears.
Teeny, meeny, mighty, mo.
Ooh, iconic line. That brings back PTSD from that.
Seriously. We got Maggie with the darn bat instead.
That's freaking awesome. All right, yeah, that's a 10. I'll give you a 10 on that. That shit looked good.
Facts. I'm sorry, man. People are smoking drugs saying that crap doesn't look good.
I don't know what you're on. That looks really good. The scenery looks good.
Great.
The eating meeny miny mo, like that was a nice callback. You get PTSD from that shit. I always think of that whole scene. I never forget that, for real.
That lineup is almost 10 years old, but still haunts me, man. It's, oh my god.
Oh yes, 100%. Oh my goodness. There's actually a couple times I actually went back with season 7. I watched the Spencer death and I watched that whole scene again because it was just so good.
Man, I'll say this though, man. Negan running New York, like being this like big boss and stuff, like taking down these gangs and stuff. That crap looks crazy.
It looks very solid. I almost wanted to make a funny comment because he's like, oh, he came back. And it's like, yeah, she couldn't stay away from the famous Negan.
She couldn't stay away from her boyfriend.
For real. Oh man. If you're curious, I'm not getting that vibe from this trailer. Not at all.
No.
I'm not getting that vibe at all. That would not make any sense. I'll be real with you.
I think it's just fans talking like stuff. Honestly, I don't think.
Yeah, and you, Mr. Heisenberg, you're part of the problem on that one.
Here's the thing. If they ever did it, I'd be so upset. I'd be like, what the hell are they doing?
Here's the crazy part about it, right? Is that I was for it actually for a little bit. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. No, that's crazy. Like, nah, that doesn't even make any sense.
Like, you killed my husband. Okay, well, I guess there's a spot to fill there. It's like, nah, man, frick.
Right. The more I kind of sat on it, the more I just thought about it, I'm like, you know what? That would be bad. That would not be good. The characters just no. It does not. I and Mr. Heisenberg gives me heat for it, but it's like listen, you had me there for a minute. But after cheerily thinking about it, I'm like, no, it does not work. Okay, you're insane to think it does. I'm sorry, but you are. It does not work.
My biggest thing here is that I'm like, look, man, if you were gonna do it, like, okay, then he shouldn't have killed Glenn, then, because then at that point it'd be okay. Like, that makes sense, but
because that's just crazy. Their bickering is just too much to turn around and be like, oh yeah, then we can be together now. It's like, like no.
I hear people say it's like, oh, all the bickering is gonna turn into hate sex. I'm like, please no.
Right. What's up, Grim? By the way, welcome. How you doing? It doesn't work here. I will say though, Maggie actually looks not shabby. I will say.
Yeah.
Her lines that she has, because like I said I was giving her a second chance in this second season, because that first season, man, she really pushed the edge for me on not liking her character, because the bickering just got way too much for me.
It's funny that
I love season 1, 100%.
Yeah.
I just, that bickering, man, it's like I put up with it and I was fine with it, okay? But season 2 has to change that, because like I cannot keep going with that. I really cannot.
Facts.
It's
No,
good.
here's the thing, right? Season 1, the only reason I defend it in season 1 more, just because of the reason that it's like, okay, her son has been taken by the guy that wants to use Negan. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I understand her frustration.
Oh,
And when
yeah.
you're sitting next to the guy that's like, could be traded in for your son that they could have already killed, I'm like, alright, I understand where she's coming from. But here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2, there is absolutely no reason why she should be giving him shit.
No, not at all. And I completely agree. Yeah. And like I said, and that's why I give the exception for season 1. I do. I give the exception because I enjoyed season 1 a lot. I don't want it to continue for season 2. I do not.
I'm low-key, I'm gonna make a bet, and I'm gonna see low-key if this pans out. But I think season 1 of both Dead City and Daryl Dixon, I'd give the win to Daryl Dixon. Although season 2, on the other hand, I feel like Dead City has a chance to outdo Daryl season 2.
Oh,
We'll see,
I
but
think it might. I think it might. You have a lot of very good scenes. The bear scene actually didn't look bad. It looked pretty cool. I will say. now after actually looking at it. I like the different shots he had here. You know, the power going out, like that was cool.
The city lighting up is like visually so cool, yet like such a creepy environment. It's really cool.
Yeah,
This new world.
yeah. So we got some really neat scenes here. Yeah, there's the. Oh, wait, see, look at that bear. I think you're probably right about it being infected. It might be infected.
Yeah, it looks different. It looks like it's infected.
I like that them pulling on it. Yeah, it might be, maybe. I feel bad for her. I'm fighting against that.
Seriously.
Yeah, that Edie being my well, that was cool. Let's see.
Mighty.
Yeah, she's got the bat now, so that's kind of cool. I wonder what she's. You know, my guess is she's probably maybe she's killing the villain in this scene.
Oh, the Croat. Yeah, she might be.
I could see that. I could see that being.
You know, genuinely, you know what I think that scene is? Negan has the bat. Obviously, he has the leather jacket and stuff. I feel like he's going to give Maggie the bat, and he's almost going to be like, yeah, that was your boy. Like, I've done my time with the Lucille kills. Like, yeah, Loki, take the bat and kill him.
For real. And even the even our son actually looks kind of interesting in the season. I won't lie, he does actually look interesting.
Yeah, I'm intrigued with Herschel. I'm curious to see what they do with him.
He actually looks like he could be enjoyable this season. I will say, like he wasn't bad for the first season, but you know he was a little bit on the I don't want to say annoying side, but you know in some aspects he kind of was a little bit. But he also had some fire lines too, so I'm not gonna bitch too much. He had some very like obvious points, like yeah, you need to quit bitching about him. You need to let it go, and it's like facts.
I agreed with him when it comes to Maggie. She does need to shut that down.
Right, like I thought we solved this. Season 11.
We're back at it again, man. It's like, oh, I hate Negan now. I'm like, damn.
You got the San Andreas character. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Iconic meme right there.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no. In this trailer, he looks pretty good actually. I like that he's throwing the knives or whatever those weapons are that he has there. That's pretty cool. So that means he could be a big help. Big help in this season.
You know, I'm gonna low-key make a prediction on this too. I think he's gonna be why they go back. I actually don't think. I think Maggie is gonna want to kind of just live a normal life at the Bricks, Replacement Hilltop, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I feel like they're gonna be living a normal life, and then he's gonna be the one that says like, yo, like Maggie, I'm gonna go get Negan. Like, it ain't right that he's there because they had to give me over for him. Like, I feel like he's gonna be the one that says like, I'm going, and then she's gonna be like, you have no idea like what's gonna happen there. And then she's gonna be like, oh shit, I can't let you do this by yourself. So okay, damn, like I guess we gotta go.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be very interesting. I get the funny Negan vibes back again, which make this shit very, very fun and entertaining.
I guess you're in for a bit of a shock. Just shocks the guy. I'm like, damn.
Oh yes. Oh man. Honestly, season 7 is not as bad as people say. Honestly, because when you go back and rewatch a lot of those scenes, the shit's just entertaining. It seriously is.
Here's the thing.
He makes it entertaining. He really does.
I'll never hate a season of the original Walking Dead. Like, even the weaker seasons, like 7 and stuff, like, I still think those seasons are, like, they're very good, like, in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. Like, it took a lot for me. I mean, I'll say, like I even still like season 10. I mean, even though that's kind of a weak season, but I still liked a lot of what it gave. Even the bonus episodes, though, there was a few that kind of got a little bit like, okay, what are we doing? You know.
Definitely.
100%. But I still don't mind them. They're all right. You know what I mean? I still, you know.
Because here's the thing, it's about characters that like I care about. So it's like that's why I say like even the seasons like 7 and yeah, like you said 10, like those ones maybe aren't up to par to like some of the other great ones, but I'll still say like the cast is great, like the performances are great, and that's what at least helps it, I'd say, because with Fear, it's like I could straight up list you a few seasons. I could even use the word I hate them. Like those ones, that show, there's a few.
Right. Oh, definitely. 100%. Yeah. So I don't know. It's it looks very good. I'm excited for it. 100%. We have it Sunday morning at 3 a.m. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's going to be a crazy-ass release at that time.
Oh, yeah. So, we'll be awake. We always are awake at that time. So.
I think I'll be, although I'll say this, if I'm not, then, yeah, probably the day after that I'll get some thoughts up there and stuff, because,
right.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes, I'm a late-night person. So, for me, it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm not, like, I'm a kind of an in-betweener. I'm not necessarily an early riser, but I'm also like, yeah, I'm kind of a kind of late night person. All at 3 a.m. I was like, damn, man, you couldn't have done it maybe like at like 12 or something. Shit.
It's the devil's hour. It's okay. You know what I mean? It fits the vibe, right?
I'll say this though, it definitely. It's like late at night and stuff. It's like dark out. You're watching Negan kill some people. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be the vibe though.
For real. I get why they do it at 3 a.m. It's because they wait for the Pacific time to hit midnight. Because technically, for Pacific time, it's actually midnight.
Exactly. No, that doesn't make sense. They're lucky Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. So that's why they wait until 3 a.m. Because they try to wait for everybody to get on the same day. And then they're like, okay, now we release it, so it happens to hit at 3, which makes sense.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm a nighttime shift, so for me, like, 5 to midnight, so I'm like already awake, so for me it's like, fine. Of course, the few times back in the day, there was times where we kind of pushed it off to a little bit later, was because I had a more daytime shift. Or it was an early morning, so it was a lot harder to stay awake. And then, of course, being fully awake when you watch the episode, because if you're not fully awake, you're going to miss stuff. Or you're not going to be as into it.
Definitely. You want to be fully attention at 100%, which that's the one thing, like, I think what I'll probably end up doing, because I like to do my reviews probably like before noon for sure, before 12. So I'll probably watch it like maybe an hour or two later. With The Walking Dead, I usually get up early, I watch it, and get my thoughts out there on it and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun though. I can't believe we're juggling that and Last of Us. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, so we'll have 2 reactions in the same day. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That's going to be insane. 2 different shows.
Yeah, you get Negan and Belly.
2 different shows. That's gonna be crazy. And Belly. I love it. I love it. That's great.
Friggin' Belly. I'll say this. I can tell she's putting in more effort, but like, it's just not working.
I respect that truly. For me, I don't know. I thought. I didn't say she worked, okay? But I'll say I thought she was okay. She was okay. She was okay to alright. And which is a shocker for me, because I have such a hard time, Now, the emotionness, when it comes to being attached, I'm still not attached. You can forget that. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, here's the thing. Even though the actress, I can definitely tell she's putting in more work. Like, you can definitely tell she's doing more. Like, I still, like, I don't know about you, like, people say this all the time, like, oh, I cried at the video game. And I'm like, yeah, admittedly, I did too. It was that, immersive. Like, the show, it's like, I'm not feeling nothing. I don't know.
For me, it was a mixture of sad. Maybe I did have a little bit of a tear, possibly, but it was more of anger. That's more of what it was. It was more of anger. I couldn't believe that you pulled such a dick move, you know. And again, you can kill off the main character, that's fine. But if you do it in a poor, shitty way, I'm not going to really be sad as I am going to be angry, you know. And it's just the way the story pans out. You know, a lot of people just think it's a masterpiece, and I just think you're on crack. Sorry, I don't. I don't think there's any way you could say that it's a masterpiece. Okay, gameplay and graphics, 100%. You know, and you could even throw in audio and cartography. You could throw all that in there, 100%. I would agree with you. Story, 100% incorrect.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause it's like everything that's not the story, I think, really was impressive. But it's like, if you're not talking about those things, though, if you're just solely basing it on the story, I would say they screwed up. Nah.
And that's honestly why I give it a 6. I give it a 6 out of 10 because it's the gameplay and graphics that really kind of give it that edge. I'm like Angry Joe. If you watch his review, that's what he kind of said. He said he'd give it a 5, but he says you get those few things, graphics and gameplay, so right that it gives it just that tiny little bit of an edge for me. And I'm with him on that one. It's that tiny edge that okay, I'll give you a 6. You know, it's okay. You know, but it's not. But that's it. I mean, I can't. You know, I will not give it any higher than a 6. You will not get me any way of passion to give it any higher. If you truly yourself think it's a masterpiece, I still think you're on crack. But I respect your opinion. If you think it's that, then fine. But you know, you cannot tell me that it. You know. I mean, you can tell me it is, but you'll never get me to agree. You know, because it's just the way things played out. It's just it doesn't. No, it just feels like a mess. You know, and it's not so much on the premise of him dying. You know what I mean? And then you try to get revenge, and then these people die, and then you change your mind, and then you go after her again, and then no, now you don't kill her because it's peace with Joel. It's just the way things play out, where it's you make decisions in the story that the characters don't make sense. You know,
especially her sparing Abby. That's what I'm like. What the fuck?
Like it does not make sense, honestly. Like you waste your time. You throw away the family. You throw away your girlfriend, you throw away the kid, you throw away the house, you throw all that away to then go after her again, to kill all these people. Why'd you kill God knows how many, hundreds, whatever the number is, and these are people that had nothing to do with anything of what you're trying to do. You know, so you kill these innocent people, per se, just to let her free. You beat the shit out of her. She cuts your fingers, or she rips your fingers off. Now you can't play guitar, and then you decide, I'm gonna let her go. It's like what? Like what? That was a waste.
Here's the thing: even if you're having doubts, like, let's say you're pissed off about Joel, and you're pissed off at what happened, and your fingers and everything else. It's like, man, I'm sorry, but it's like if I lost, like, let's say my family, and then my kid, and then I lose everything around me, and it's like, even if I have Abby down on the ground, if I'm Ellie, and I'm thinking, if anything, I think that would influence me to kill her more, because I'd be like, man, like, I lost everything because of this shit. Like, I don't care what I'm feeling. This chick's dying. Like, what the fuck?
Right, and if you're trying to tell me that, well, she did it because she's not trying to, or you know what I mean, she's trying to forgive or whatever like that, and then it's like, well, then why did you go after her in the first place?
You know what you should have done at that point? You should have stayed your ass in Jackson and just sit there and cry, because what the fuck?
Well, I mean, you should have just not went back after her. That's, you know what I mean? Like that defeats the whole purpose. Like, you're not proving to me, because if you look at it in a sense, Abby did not lose everything. You saying she did is bullshit. She did not. She still has her friend Lev. She did not lose everything. Okay?
Definitely.
And you crying about, well, her friends got killed, this and that. But at the same time, she kind of was at fault for that because you killed Joel. What do you think is going to happen? You know, that impression right there should tell you, well, you might have some people coming after you. There's a possibility. And if it's not that, then it's the fact of you turn on your own people after they tried to help you.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
It's stupid. So did she really lose anything? I don't think she did. The only one that I could say that you could argue with that she lost is Owen. That's it. That's the only person you can argue with is Owen. Okay, yeah, she lost Owen. That's it. Because piss on the rest of the characters because you turn on them. So like,
yeah, it's like,
you know,
fuck Owen, honestly, like that guy, fuck me, like I don't know, man, I don't know.
You know, and then using that argument to like, well, Ellie killed the pregnant lady. Well, she didn't know she was pregnant. That was the first situation, and when she did find out, she puked. So she was disgusted by her, you know, her motive. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's kind of her fault because, again, you put your baby at risk. Why were you there? I mean, you know, it's stupid. It's stupidity like that. Like I don't defend stupidity. If you're going to be stupid, you're going to get stupid consequences for your actions.
Well, I hate to say it, she brought it on herself. Like,
She
here's
did.
the thing. I guarantee the show is probably going to make it even worse. Like, and here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
With the show, I'm truly blown away. I'm saying this. I have a feeling this is going to be a hot take, but I'm gonna say it anyway, genuinely, because this is one thing I feel like people may disagree with.
Yeah.
I am more invested in friggin' Abby so far on the show than I am with Belly. So when it comes down to the fight, I'm honestly like, and this is how you know the show isn't as good as the game still is, because I genuinely, I don't care if Belly wins. I just don't. So it's like, that's when I'm like, man, but I'm liking Abby on the show. I feel like they're doing Abby like some justice on the show so far. So I'm like, man,
They kind of are.
crazy.
I will actually give you that credit, and I'm making that pretty clear to you guys as well, is that I don't mind Abby on the show. I actually don't. I'm actually okay with her character. Like, I don't like her or anything like that, but I'm okay with her. You know what I mean? She's doing it all right. To where I'm like, okay, you're fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bitching, I'm not arguing. You're fine. You know? Like,
because they actually show you why she wants to kill Joel, and that's the thing, right? That's why I like the show, that adaptation of his death better.
yeah,
Because
the whole
here's the
death
thing,
premise
you
and everything
see
like
why-
that, where people say the game did it better. No, I'm sorry to tell you, you're incorrect. The game did not do it better. It's the reason why I left the franchise in the first place is because the game did it the way it did it, and that's the reason why I left. For that specific reason, why my interest is kind of dead, essentially. And at this point, it's just basically it's you guys on the channel that are, I don't want to say forcing me, but you're essentially like, nah, you need to do it. And it's like, well, frick you, because I don't want to do it. But I'll do it anyway for the simple fact of you gotta support it 100%. You gotta hit the likes. You gotta hit that shit, because otherwise I don't care. You know, like
They call it the shit of us or something.
yeah, shit of us part 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my interest. Like I'm gonna play part 3. Okay. And now here's the thing. I would not do part 3, but because you guys voted for me to do part 3, I now have to do it. All right.
Whenever that day is.
Right, if it does eventually come out, which I still hope it does not, but unfortunately I get the inclusion, now with some of his wording, I get the inclusion that's going to happen, which pisses me off. Because
I guarantee, dude, you're going to be watching like a game event or like some
Yeah.
kind of an award show,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
going to pop the frig up, I guarantee it.
now, people like Dom, for instance, I'll call you out, you say before 2030 or by 2030. I'm sorry. I cannot find any inclusion to think that is right. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I really do not. Not when
The
it
game is
takes.
too big.
Not when it takes 7 years, mind you. It took part 2. 7 freaking years. And they didn't do anything else besides just part 2, right? It took 7 years to make that game. Alright? At least. And that's if they started it right away. From the first game. it took that long to make part 2. You're telling me that they started it right away after part 2? I don't buy that. I don't. Like, the first game, I get. I understand that, because they did say 7 years, so that means they did. They started part 2 right away. For the third game, I don't think they did. The only game I can give you is Intergalactic. They said they started on that right away after they finished part 2. That is the only game they said that they started right away on. They did not say nothing about a part 3. Nothing at all. If anything, they maybe got some storyboards, or maybe some, some discussion. You know what I mean? Like, maybe on paper they have a somewhat of a premise of what they might do. I could see that. But in terms of, like, you're like years of production, I don't buy that. You know what I mean? I just don't. Because their main focus is on Intergalactic. That's their main focus. And then you got Neil on the show, of course. So you got those two things. I get it that the company is huge. I understand that. But, to say that they're doing 3 projects, if I find that kind of hard to buy. You know what I mean?
Agreed. No, I agree.
And if they are, if they by chance are, I don't think they're as far into production with it as you may think. I really do not. I think they are kind of going at it in little bits at a time, and that is it. And their main focus, again, is Intergalactic. And that's the game they're mainly focusing on. They don't give a shit about the rest. That's their strive. Because they want to get that game done by 2027, is from what I'm hearing that it's going to release. Which I do believe. I'm calling it 2027. I'm thinking spring.
It's just like this bald chick in space or whatever. I don't know what the hell that is.
And it's the same actor, by the way, the show.
Yeah, we got Nora. I'm like, man, okay.
Which I thought was so it really tells you that they're really pushing the game. They really want you to get the game.
I mean, I'll try it, but damn, like, they gotta sell me a bit more. I'll say that.
I'll say this, because a lot of people are bitching about the look and everything like that. The look for me is fine. I'm not really bitching about it. The premise and the gameplay looks really good. So now I just want to see an actual official trailer, and I want to kind of see the story premise of it, and then, or more of it, and then actual gameplay. And if that's good, it's a win for me. I'll buy it. If it looks pretty promising, which it very well could be. And I hope it is.
Think about how many years it took to make that game, right? It's like,
yeah.
Think about this. Like 7 years. If it took them 7 years to make part 2 of The Last of Us, it took them all this time to make, Intergalactic.
Yeah.
If, let's say that's the only game they focused on, think about how long it's going to take to make Last of Us Part 3. It's going to take a while.
Right. Like, I find that, I think Dom and your community, I think you're just jumping on it too soon. I don't, and maybe they did start a little bit on it, and you might be right about that. But I don't think it's as far into production as you are saying. Like, you're saying the game's going to release, like, by 2030. I don't buy that at all. I seriously don't. I think that's too soon. Like, I just, the way the company's moving and the rate that they're going, 2028, 2029, I've seen some people saying that. I'm like, you're on crack. I seriously do not see that time frame. That is way too soon.
I do believe it'll be in the 2030s. I just think it's going to be a good ways into the 2030s.
Like I said, I said 2032, 33, 34, maybe even 35. Agreed. You know what I mean? That's kind of the bubble that I'm kind of seeing here. I'm seeing that time frame. You could even say earliest 2031, and that's a best case scenario. And even I'm having a hard time seeing that year. But people are saying 2030. Hey, if you think that, go ahead. I'm gonna laugh when you're wrong, because I honestly don't think that. If they say something about it, they could be saying, well, yeah, we're in production of the third game. So you might get that information. You know what I mean? I could see that more likely. But to release, no. No,
Definitely not.
it would be just stating the fact that it's in production, but we got a little bit to go. You know, I could see that being likely, but releasing, no, I just don't see it. You know, which a lot of people say, well, that's too late and this and that. You know, the hype will be died down. I'm like, buddy,
the hype will not be died down.
It will not be died down. I'll tell you what.
They're gonna go for it.
It's not going to be died down, okay? It's not. With how many, with a lot of these people that are I don't want to call them simps per se, but they seem like simps. Sorry. Because they want it so badly. They don't even give a shit about Intergalactic. They're like, nah, we don't give a shit about Intergalactic. Give us Part 3 right now. Like, they're that demanding on the game, which is crazy that you guys seriously want it that badly. Like, I don't even get it. I'll be real with you. I don't even get it.
I don't get it either. Simply because here's the thing: people say, "Oh, Part 3 of The Last of Us, like that could take as long as GTA 6." I'm like, yeah, you might want to prepare for that because they got some shit to do before they get to that game.
Right, because they're gonna put all focus on Intergalactic now.
That's what I mean. And hey, I mean, if it's good, then maybe that's a good thing. I mean, here's the thing: for all we know, Part 3, and they're not even telling us this yet. For all we know, Part 3 is gonna be about Abby. So I mean, holy shit.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I already made a promise on it. You know, if they do come on with that game, when it does, which is likely to see a PS6 title, we can bet on that at this point.
Yeah. The thing is, we're gonna be getting into the PS6. I could see that being like a PS6 game, and by the time PS7 starts to become a concept, I feel like this game will come out.
Right. I have to hit 10 likes if we play that game. I have to hit 10 likes every single stream. For playing Part 3. I'm not gonna go any lower than that. If I don't hit 10 likes, I'm gonna stop playing it. So there you guys go.
That's the thing, man.
You're making me suffer.
It better be good though. It better be better than Part 2.
It better be. I mean, if you can make it better, you can. You can bring me back into the franchise again. You could do it. There's a couple ways.
You know what's funny? That's the simple reason I'm playing it. I'm playing it to see if maybe that was just a bad game. Like maybe Part 3, it's like, whoa, that's freaking great again. I'll be like, oh, all right, shoot. I mean, that's impressive. Dang.
Right. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know, but
honestly, like
I'm being demanding. I'm being demanding with that third game, though. I am. I'm going to do the first part, however far I get into it. I'll make my judgment, etc. through it. But every single stream has to continuing forward. For me to finish it, has to hit 10 likes. If it does not hit 10 likes on those, I'll stop playing it. I will until it does.
Oh, genuinely, yeah. Oh, here's the thing, man.
That's what you get for making me suffer.
Was great again.
Yeah, that's what you get for making me suffer through it.
Genuinely, man. I'm gonna quote Trump on this. Make Last of Us great again. That's
oh, that's great. I love it.
We need a good third game, man. And I'll tell you what, if we have to wait like 15 years to get a great game, better than that than playing a piece of shit.
Yeah, for real. I'll be real with you. I will be for real. For real.
You start Part 3 and Abby kills Ellie, I'd be like, okay, y'all are just fucking dumb at that point.
For real. For real. Now, if you do like a flashback type with Joel and Tommy, you know what I mean, explaining the gap, that time-year gap, and that's what the game is about, I'd be fine with that, actually. I would dig it.
That's my favorite concept I've heard so far, just because that always felt like something that you could make an entire game, like, like that whole story.
Like, you can go if you can go very good with that. If you make that, and that's the third game, I would not bitch. I would not. I'd actually be excited for it. I'd be 100% down. I would be.
What I would do though is I would do the opposite of part 2, where it's like you get that as the main story, but you do get this time flash forwards, and you see Tommy and Ellie after the events of part 2, and you give them somewhat of a story there as well too. Like I would like to see still Ellie in the game. She doesn't have to lead it, but at least like be involved in the game somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. In some aspects, that'd be pretty cool. But no, I'd be 100% for it. I really would be. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Part 3 could be one of those things where they base it on sales. Because honestly, I think that's the real question we need to put ourselves in right now is how good does Intergalactic do in terms of sales? I think that's really going to depict whether we get Part 3 or don't. I mean, I think we might still get it either way, but if Intergalactic doesn't do good, that's going to be, it's not going to look really too good for that company. I tell you what.
I just hope that they have a good story, man. Because I'll tell you what, I mean, this game has been planned for a while, so I'm hoping whatever it is, it's enjoyable. So here's the thing: Last of Us Part 3. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter if they have a pile of dog shit as the freaking teaser. People will play that game when that comes out. The title is so big. Although Intergalactic, they gotta pull people in, including myself. Like I'm still not 100% sold yet. I gotta see a little bit more what they do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not 100%. I'm about like 70, 80%. I'm like almost sold, you know. But I'd like to see a little bit more like the story and stuff like that. But it's getting backlash a lot, and that's the people that are not trusting the company, and that's the main issue. And then of course you got a lot of people that don't like the character, the way the character looks, which is another reason. But the main reason is they don't trust the company because of Part 2. And that makes full sense. So, you know, now Part 3 on selling, it's going to definitely sell a couple million copies without a question. But here's the real question. I don't think it's going to do as good as Part 2 did. You know, I don't think it will. Depending on the premise, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
It's going to base it on the trailer, what the trailer offers, all that. You know, is it misleading to what the game is? You know what I mean? Like how Part 2 was, where we thought it was mainly about Joel, and it ended up being about frickin' Abby. A good portion of the game.
Don't give me an
So
Abby
don't.
game, man.
So that makes it very concerning. See, for Part 3, that makes it very concerning. You know. And this is why I don't think Part 3 is going to sell as good as Part 2. Because you had a 40% or 60% decrease from sales from the first game to the second game, and that's because of what you did. The misleading, the BSness, I mean, it's just everything. So I think you're going to lose a lot more fans going into the third game. But the premise, that's really what it's going to, you know, the story of it, you know what I mean, how it looks. It's not the gameplay, the graphics, that doesn't matter. Because I know that they can do that. The graphics and gameplay I'm not concerned about. Because I know they can deliver. They can cook when it comes to that. But the story, that's the main key, you know. Like I hear a lot of people, you know, say, well, who cares about the damn story? That's the whole premise of the goddamn game. It's the frickin' story. Like, you frickin', you getting rid of the story.
Like, I don't know,
you know,
I'll go play Pac-Man. Pac-Man has no story.
Like you, right? I mean, you getting rid of the story and saying, well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It's like the main reason why you're playing the damn game. Like, if you're seriously, if you're playing it for the gameplay, I think, and that's it. I think you're crazy. I'm sorry, I just think you're crazy. Cause like that's insanity. Like the main plot of the game is the story. You know, and it's a story-driven game, so you have to have both things work great in order to make it a good game. If you get a shitty story, but the gameplay is good, it's just, it's alright. And that's it. It's just alright. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And
the
that's
reason
where,
you give a shit about a game is because you care about the characters. Like, the
right.
reason I played Part 2 is because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think the big thing that everybody was waiting on is, all right, like, we're going to get to play as Joel and Ellie again. Let's freaking go. It's been years. And
Right.
then when that game came out and you killed Joel in the way you did, it was like, hang on a friggin' minute. What the hell did you just do there? Like, what the hell?
Right. It's just, you know, he doesn't die in a great way. You know, he gets shitted on because he's not even his character. You know, his character is not himself. I didn't actually care for Tommy that much in the game. I won't cap on that. And that's just because his stupidity is just ridiculous. I cannot stand it. I seriously cannot stand it. It drives me insane. Like, I didn't bind him at first. I thought he was pretty good. But then, when he flip-flopped, and he kept doing that the rest of the game, I was like, is this guy on crack? Like, what? It just irritated me. I'm like, okay, Tommy, you're not even yourself. Because you're not even making any sense. Because at one moment, you want to kill the bastard, or kill the bitch, and then the next you're like, no, we shouldn't do it. It's like, dude, make up your damn mind. You want to kill the bitch or not?
It's turning into Maggie.
It's like, right. It's like 3 or 4 times he kept flip-flopping. And I'm like, okay, you know what? You took me out of your character. I don't even care anymore. I don't. Because, like, what are you doing? You're not even making any sense. You know?
I hope that the show doesn't do that with him. I hope that they don't do that type of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people were just like, well, we want that revengeful Tommy. It's like, well, that's fine. If you give him a revengefulness, that's fine. But he better not flip-flop. Because that's, you know, that's where I just lost. I lost interest. I did. You know? I lost interest completely. And I'm liking the new Tommy we have here. I am. I'm liking the new one. Because he actually has morals. You know?
Yeah,
which I'm liking.
Should have led the darn show, honestly, over Belly.
Ha! Right. And that's honestly the main reason why I'm watching is because of Tommy, Dina, and Jesse. Those main 3, and a little bit of Abby. A little bit.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And, you know, I'll actually say, Dina in the show so far, that's another one. I think they've done a good job with her so far. I am liking her character.
Heck yeah. You know? Neil Druckmann going down last was 3 game happening. Cheerlead game. Me, lies. Fuck the last 2, not waste my money. I don't blame you. At this point, today's gone 2 over last was 3. 100% agree with you on that one.
Oh, Days Gone any day, man.
Be a prequel, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one. Watch last was $100 for PS5 or PS6. Down the bottom, bitch about that. Well, I don't know about that, but I don't know about that. The only thing I'll give him is that he didn't buy the collector's edition. That's the only thing I'll give Don. He owed himself back. He didn't get it. Which, congratulations. Good job.
That rip-off shit? Yeah, seriously.
Good job, Dom. You didn't let yourself go into that. Good job. You didn't buy the collector's edition. Congratulations. I'm glad you didn't fold to that. I was getting a little concerned. I was getting a little concerned. But he didn't. So W's for that. And like I said, if he likes it, great. 100% power to. I mean, I'm not gonna knock you for liking it. I just don't understand why you changed your opinion on it. That's the only thing I don't get. Because I remember your first playthrough, you gave it like a 6. That's what you were thinking. And then now you give it like an 8. So I'm just trying to like understand like.
Definitely paid off there or something.
I don't want to say that because that just sounds like a dick. But, you know, and I'm not going to say that to you directly because, again, I know that would piss you off. And I hope to God that that's not the reason. But
because I saw him at the red carpet event for season 2, and I'm like, he's in the football bed. He's in the family.
oh yeah, well he has pictures with Neil and everything like that. He was talking with Neil and all that, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I see what's going on there.
You're right. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think, I don't know, man. Again, I respect, but, you know, I just want you to be honest. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, that's all. You know, but Hey, if you like it, you like it. Whatever. I just don't think it's a masterpiece. I just can't get by that. I'm sorry. There's too many decisions that happen in the game that don't make sense. You know, you had enemies that kept flip flopping. Oh, we want to kill you? No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Yeah, it's just like, bruh.
Oh, here's the thing too. The show I do think is they're doing good with a lot of things. However,
They are.
you know what my main problem is, and I don't know where you stand on this specifically, but like I feel like the game, like yeah, they did things the wrong way, but it's like the show is taking them. They are improving on things, but here's the catcher though. Here's the thing that's kind of the reverse effect. I don't care as much about the characters in the show. So that's when it's like, like you did the story a bit better, but I don't care as much about the characters.
Right, and that's honestly the thing. So I'm going to give credit where credit's due, where they improved. I thought they did the death pretty damn good in a lot of aspects. To say that the game did it better, I disagree with you.
Big time.
In a lot of aspects, the game does it better when it comes to more emotions and being attached. But when it comes to like those huge moments where you needed to get it right, you got it right in the show, whereas in the game you don't. So so those improvements are needed, and they definitely make a difference, 100%. All right, I am actually gonna have to end it here because I actually have to go in.
You're all good, bro.
I have to go into work. I don't want to be late for that. So.
Absolutely. Hey, no problem though, man. I had a blast doing this, man. It was a lot of fun.
It was good shit, no? And it was great finally reacting to the trailer, W trailer. 100%.
Absolutely.
Finally able to watch it, so now I'm very hyped for it. I'll be live for 2:50 in the morning.
Man, I won't be awake, but I'll check them out once I'm up.
Right. No, that's perfectly fine. Like you, I understand, 100%. And I'll definitely watch that review instantly, so.
Absolutely.
So,
and what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm really excited to see your World Got Mad reactions too, man. It's fire to have some reactors to my show as well.
Love hell yeah. And don't worry, I have episodes 7 and 8. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
7 and 8. So I will have that. We'll have that reaction probably this weekend, actually.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, Loki, I'll let you go. I don't want to make you late for work, but I will see you very soon, bro.
Heck yeah. So hit that like button, guys. What should we go for to kind of shoot forward to have another one of these sooner rather than later?
Loki, y'all can maybe do like 6-7 likes at least. Loki, see if we can get up to that.
Okay, I think we're at like 5. Right now.
Damn. Okay,
So,
if there's demand, like we might try to organize one of these soon here.
You want to say 10? Go for 10.
Yeah, let's challenge y'all a little bit. Let's go for 10.
Go for 10. Go for 10. 10 is a good, solid, even number. We hit 10 likes. We'll have one a lot more sooner. And who knows? We might get some other people on as well. Maybe Mega Man. Never know.
Yeah, I could definitely check in with him. See, maybe if you want to do one at some point here soon.
Heck yeah. So, links for his channels in the description. Check out my man. Show him some love. Tell Mr. Ray sent you there. Yeah, we got more fire content for sure. So, not a bad discussion stream. Have a good one, Rays and Dan. Appreciate it, Walker Dead. Thank you for stopping by.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, it was fun. I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one, bro.
Need to be down for more with you guys. Hell yeah, that'd be great, Walker Dead. Heck yeah. So, all right. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, would appreciate it. Check out my man Dan. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.